Hi. Landscape variability is an important perspective for observing rangeland plant communities. And we observe just how variable these systems are every time that we go out into the field. In this video, we're going to explore the concept of landscape variability, how we can leverage the Rangeland Analysis Platform to inform our perspectives, and how that information can help to inform management and monitoring. The ability to understand and embrace landscape variability using the Rangeland Analysis Platform is such an important feature that we focus on it as a guiding principle for using RAP in rangeland management in each of our trainings. To explore this concept in more depth, consider these maps of two different pastures. These maps depict one of the biggest threats to rangelands in the Intermountain West, annual herbaceous plants, which include the highly invasive grasses, cheatgrass, and medusa head. Both pastures have similar average cover of annual herbaceous plants, but they are very different in terms of landscape variability. Pasture number 1 has low variability, meaning that the pasture has a pretty uniform amount of annual herbaceous cover across the entire area. Notice that most of the area is depicted as orange, indicating 10 to 25% annual herbaceous cover. Pasture number 2, on the other hand, has high variability. You can see that there are some areas where there's little to no annual herbaceous vegetation cover, and other areas where there's 40% or more annual herbaceous cover. Certainly, the implications in terms of management are significant, depending on whether there is low or high variability. Let's make the concept of landscape variability more concrete by visiting Heart Mountain National Antelope Refuge in southern Oregon. This is an area where annual herbaceous vegetation is a major management issue. Until recently, one of the challenges of incorporating landscape variability into management is that it's just not possible to sample every location using field methods. For example, in a given year, we might know that there was 12% annual herbaceous cover in one location, 5% in another, 1% on the mountaintop, and 6% on the hillside. While these plots provide important detail about rangeland vegetation at those locations, they are just unable to provide information about vegetation at other locations outside of those plots. However, we know that annual herbaceous vegetation is variable across the entire landscape. Consider these 3 fires that burned over the past 20 years in this area, and yet we may or may not have any data for those locations. Datasets like RAP can help to supplement field data by kind of filling in those areas in between plots across the entire landscape. For example, in this map you can see that there are large areas with relatively low annual herbaceous cover and a few highly invaded locations. This is a high variability landscape. You would likely manage this landscape differently from, say, this landscape just to the southeast of Heart Mountain, with lower variability of annual herbaceous plants. Having this landscape perspective can help to inform management. If we're just considering this hilltop, it may be desirable, for example, to emphasize management in these areas, which may be relatively easy to treat and provide meaningful habitat outcomes. However you decide to proceed, RAP can help you to have landscape data to inform your management. Thank you so much for joining me for this video on landscape variability. Be sure and check out Rangelands.app to see how you can use RAP to explore landscape variability for yourself. And if you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe for future updates, and if you have any questions or video requests, be sure and leave a comment down below in the chat. I'm going to link to another video here, so be sure and check that out, and see you next time.